Hi, everybody, and happy Monday. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, sunny Monday in Vancouver. That's where we are. I'm not sure if everybody's from Vancouver, but wherever you are, it's beautiful here. I don't think there is a cloud in the sky today, so summer has definitely come to Vancouver. So I'm just going to share quickly about myself. Most of you probably know who I am, but my name is Robyn. I own a business called Circle of Life Center, and I help people who are going through very challenging transitions. So I could say that this COVID epidemic and pandemic has definitely is a challenging time for people. I'm noticing people are having a lot more anxiety. They're feeling isolated and overwhelmed. So I help people holistically explore what's going on and how to move through this so they can come back into that balanced, calm, peaceful state and feel happy and joyful in their lives, because that's so important. So one of the practices that I teach people and mentor them through is meditation. And I think meditation is amazing. It changed my life, and it can change people's lives if they're willing to put in the time and the practice for it. You know, it calms our thoughts. It makes us feel, brings us back into that alignment of body, mind, and spirit, which is where we want that vertical alignment. And we start to trust our intuition more. We feel happier. We feel more peaceful in our life. We're not battered around by our emotions or what's going on outside of ourselves, because we can know we can always come back into our heart, always back into our center, and align back in that energy. So as usual, we are going to do our first two meditations, which is grounding, and we're going to clear our chakras. And then today it is the new moon in Cancer. It is the second new moon in Cancer. The first was on June 21st, which was our solstice. And the new moon is today, and it's at 1:32. So we are in the energy of that. Normally, new moons are about new beginnings, but because there's been two new moons in this cycle, it's probably going to be a bit more about releasing, which we're going to do, but I'll talk about that after we've done our first two meditations. So let's just get comfortable wherever you are, and just feel into your body if you're able to. Trust that you are, even if you're not able to feel certain parts of your body. And let's just take 3 grounding breaths just to bring ourselves into this moment. So if you're able to put your feet on the floor, please do. If not, that's fine too. But let's just take a long inhalation through our nose and an exhalation through our mouth. And if you'd like to sound the exhalation out of your mouth, because it's just releasing. Every time we breathe out, we're releasing. So let's go. So nice long inhalation. And let it go. One more. And our last one. So you can still keep your eyes closed. I'd like you to focus your attention onto the bottom of your tailbone, which is your root chakra. We're doing our grounding again, because we can never ground enough. So focus on your root chakra, which is the base of your tailbone. You can bring that beautiful ruby red color into that chakra if you'd like, and just start spinning that chakra and infusing it with that beautiful color. Lovely. So out of this chakra, we're going to envision that we have a beautiful beam of light coming out of our chakra. It's going to go all the way down to the center of the earth, and we're going to connect with the earth. So we have this long beam, and around this beam, we have another beam that's like a slinky, and it wraps around the first beam of energy. So we have 2 beams. One is the tube of energy, the golden light, and the second is that spiral energy that wraps around it. Because the reason we do this is because we are electric and magnetic beings, just as the earth is. So our feelings and emotions are electric, and our thoughts are electric, and our emotions and feelings are magnetic. So that's why we have the 2. So we electric and magnetic, and we want to connect that with the center of the earth. So let's just take a breath. And on the next breath, we're dropping that beautiful tube of light down through whatever you're sitting on, down through the floor of where you are, the building. I'm in an apartment on the 3rd floor, so I'm sending it right through the 2 apartments below me. There's also some commercial, so it's going right through there too, down through the foundation of the building. We're moving deeper and deeper through the layers of the earth. You may be going through some sedimentary rock, the outside of crust of the earth. You could go into caves, crystal caves. You may be going through an aquifer, which is an underground river or lake. So just keep dropping that cord all the way down until you reach the center of the earth. And I want you to attach that cord, that beautiful tube, cord of light, from our root chakra to the center of the earth. And as I always say, it's not a rigid held, it's fluid. So think of that as you're going, just as a boat when it anchors in a bay. It never just sits rigidly. When the anchor is sitting on the floor of the ocean, it's fluid and it moves with the currents, but it stays in position and it knows it's connected. So it's a great analogy to think of it that way. So feel that connection. Maybe you want to say hello. Hello to the center of the earth. And with our next breath, we're bringing that energy up from the earth all the way back up, all the way through the layers of the earth into our root chakra. And we're swirling that energy there. And with our next breath, we're letting that energy go right back down. So we're running it up and down that tube of light, coil of light. With our next breath, we're bringing that back up to our chakra, root chakra. And with our next breath, we're sending it back down. And with our next breath in, we're bringing it all the way back up to our root chakra. And we're going to do that for 5 more breaths. So breathing in, going back all the way down to that center of the earth. Coming back up to the chakra. Our next breath, we're dropping that down to the center of the earth, feeling that connection. Coming back up to the chakra. Our next breath, we're sending that energy back down to the center of the earth. Breathing out, we come back up to that chakra. Feeling, it's sort of, for me, it's sort of a pulling, but it's not rigid. It's just feeling this pull. We're going back down. With our exhale, we're coming back up to that chakra. With our final breath, we're going back down to the center, feeling that connection. And as we come back up, we just feel supported, connected, knowing that no matter what happens in our life, we are always connected. We are made of the same elements as the earth, so the earth understands us and we understand the earth. Think of plants, all our food, our clothing, our homes, everything comes from the earth. So beautiful. And I'm just going to get you to stay with your eyes closed because we're going to clear our chakras and balance our chakras now. So with our next breath in, I would like you to go back to that root chakra. It's at the base of the tailbone. It's about our safety and our survival and in a and how we're coping with life. It's our foundation of everything. So we're just going to start spinning that, infusing it with the color red and spinning in a counterclockwise motion. And we're just spinning out any energy that we don't need in that chakra. And we could smile into that chakra if we want to. So just keep spinning that energy, spinning it and spinning it. This chakra relates to our pelvic floor, our bones of the body. It's how we feel safe, as I said. Do we feel safe in our environment, in our world? So we're just spinning that chakra and clearing it. And then we're going to turn it the opposite direction, which is clockwise, and we're just going to spin it and get it shiny. Beautiful. Feels good. So let's move up. We're moving up to our sacral chakra. This is 2 fingers below your belly button, and it is the creative center of our system, and it is the color orange. So I want you to start infusing that color orange, whatever color. Think of an orange like an actual orange that you would eat. It's a great color to think of. So we're just bringing that energy in and we're spinning it counterclockwise and just releasing anything that blocks us from our creative, the beings that we are. So you can notice that if you're not feeling so creative, and that could even be something as simple as making a dinner or wanting to go for a walk, or maybe doing a task that you've been putting off that's more of a creative in nature. It doesn't have to mean painting and playing music and those sorts of things. Everything we do is creating. So if you're feeling that you're sort of not motivated to create, that's this chakra. That's where you might want to work a bit. So with the next breath, we're going to start spinning it clockwise, infusing it with that orange. And I want you to see this chakra. It's like a tube of light comes out the front of you and the back of you. So if I'm sitting sideways, it's going to come out the front, but it's also going to go out the back. And that's beautiful tube of orange light flowing through your chakra out into your bodies. So this chakra is all about creation. So think about your sexual organs. It's creating. We're creating with this chakra. With our next breath, we're moving up the chakras and we're going to our solar plex, which is right by our diaphragm. And we're going to start spinning it counterclockwise, infusing it with the color of the sun. Beautiful, beautiful yellow. So just start spinning the chakra counterclockwise, and you're just going to spin and spin, releasing whatever doesn't serve you anymore. This chakra is the one about action. So we create with our sacral chakra, and then it moves into action. So it's about how we go forward in life. So I want you to think about if there's things that you're not moving forward with, that you don't know why you're not stepping in and actually bringing it from the idea into form, like actually doing it. This is that chakra that you want to look at. So I want you to now, with your next breath, start spinning it clockwise and seeing that beautiful tube of orange light coming right out the front of you and out the back of you. Beautiful. Now we're moving up into our heart. The heart is a beautiful green. I love the color emerald green. So let's start spinning that in our chakra. We're going counterclockwise, and we're releasing things that the heartache, the grief. Last week we did a beautiful meditation, a heart meditation, a heart and healing meditation. So we're just moving all those owies, all those things that have made us close our hearts. We're just opening that up. So it's about our organ of the heart. It relates to heartache. This chakra relates to just any walls that we're building up, but also the physical heart. And with our next breath, we're going to start spinning it, and we're spinning it clockwise. So spin, spin, spin. It's all about how we show our unconditional love to ourselves first and then out into the world. How do we have compassion for others? This is a very trying time for us right now. We've never lived through anything like this. And, there's so much going on, and we're just, if you're reading and thinking about it, we're just inundated, and it can be overwhelming, and we can judge it. So we want to be in our hearts and just have compassion for humanity at this time. Lovely. So see that beautiful tube going out the front of you and out the back of your heart chakra. With our next breath, we're moving up into our throat. So I'd like you to start infusing your throat chakra with the color indigo blue. And we're going to, turquoise blue, turquoise blue. And we're going to spin it counterclockwise. So this is all about how we communicate our wishes and our desires in the world, how we speak our truth. Are you speaking your truth, or are you suppressing and holding back? A lot of times the third chakra, our solar plexus, and our throat chakra are connected because we have the action. So when we take action for something, it often will come out through our speaking, through our voice and our sharing. So if you're having issues in that area, this is the chakra that you want to do a little more work on. So we're just spinning that chakra counterclockwise, just unwinding everything. So this has to do with our thyroid, parathyroid gland. It can also relate to our nose and ears and throat. If you have any of those issues, that can be related to this chakra also. So on the next breath, let's start spinning that beautiful turquoise blue and spinning our chakra in a clockwise rotation. Beautiful. We're moving up to our third eye, which is right between our eyebrows, and that we're bringing in the color indigo blue. So let's infuse that chakra with that indigo blue, and we're spinning it counterclockwise. So we're spinning and spinning. The chakra is about our beautiful psychic gifts, so our ability to just feel our intuition. Some people may see things, some people may hear, some people may sense very much. We can be all these things. Some people can smell and know things. Knowing is huge. Sometimes you just know something. You don't know why you know it, but you just know without any reason that this is true. That's your knowing. It's very powerful. That's coming from your divine self, from your higher self. So we're spinning that chakra counterclockwise. This also affects our eyes, our brain, our glands, the pituitary, the pineal, your hippocampus, your hypothalamus glands. So with our next breath, we're going to start rotating that clockwise, that beautiful indigo blue. I want you to envision that beautiful color indigo blue coming out of the front of your chakra here and out the back, because it runs straight through us. And with our next breath, we're going up to the top of our head, which is our crown chakra, and we're just opening that up. So we're just opening and just spinning in the beautiful golden light. You can see maybe white, maybe you're seeing another color. It's perfectly fine. But as we open that chakra, we're just opening up to our divine knowledge and that inspiration and that higher aspect of ourselves that is really our truth. Moving us out of our lower mind, which is ego and rational mind, up into the heart and our higher mind. I'm going to go one chakra higher, and we're going to go to our 8th chakra, which is about here. And that's how the beautiful divine energies flow through that chakra into our 7th chakra. We're just accessing it. There's no reason to, it runs perfectly. It's not part of the physical body, so it doesn't get stuck in different aspects. So we're just opening that chakra up, and we can even set our intention to be guided, divinely guided by our higher selves today. So we have the channel now open to the heavens, to the source, as we also have we're open all the way to the earth. So we're bringing this energy up and we're bringing this energy down, and it always meets in the heart. So I want you to just think about that energy just swirling, the colors and energies just swirling in your body and going into all your cells, into your organs and your tissues. Everything is just vibrating that much faster. And with our next breaths, we're breathing all this energy out into our field, which is about 3 feet from our body. So if I'm sitting here, it's about this long. Around our field can be more expanded, or we can contract our field. But let's just move all that beautiful energy into our fields. And we're just moving it. All throughout your fields. All through all your bodies. We have a physical body, an emotional body, a mental body, an etheric body, a causal body, a spiritual body. We are multidimensional. We're so much more than just our physical body and what's going on right now here. And with our next breath, I want you to just send all this beautiful, beautiful energy you've created and send it like a ripple. Just send it out to the world. Because the world needs healing. That's another thing. We can do a lot of just sitting and just sending love to the world. And just letting that just flow out like a ripple. And we'll just take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, I just want you to come back to the room. And if you're able to wriggle your hands and toes, or if not, maybe touch your body if you're able. If not, just visualize it. And when you're ready, let's just gently open our eyes. Or if you'd like to leave your eyes shut, that's fine too. I'm just going to talk to you now about the new meditation that we're going to do today. And by the way, I tuned into you guys. It looked really good today. I'm happy, and I hope that you're thinking about doing this daily. I do this every morning when I wake up. I do a grounding meditation, and I spin my chakras every morning. And if I need to spend a moment where I'm feeling I'm a little scattered, sometimes we're not grounded. If we walk in a room and aren't sure why we're there, we're just getting a bit loopy in our thoughts, it means we're not in our bodies. And our bodies have so much information to talk and tell us if we just can connect into that. So it can take a minute. You can just, after you've done your initial connecting to the center of the earth, you can just go grounding, and you just think it and it's done. So there. So today's meditation, what we're going to talk today about is the new moon in Cancer. It is today's July the 20th, and the new moon happens at 1:32. So we'll be finished our meditation at 1, but if you want to just tap into that, what that means 1:32 is that's when it's exact. But we are so close right now. We are in the energies of the new moon right now. So again, it's the new moon in Cancer, and usually new moons are about beginnings, but because we had another new moon in Cancer on June 21st, which was the solstice, we're having 2 new moons, so there's probably some releasing. What could have happened this month for people is Cancer is all about emotions. It's the water sign. It's a watery planet, so it's very fluid and it's emotional. So our feelings can be coming up. So we might be feelings, and often it's about family. So if you've had some issues around family things this month, last week, it's also about the heart. It rules the heart, the lungs, and the breast, that part of our body. And I thought that was so interesting because last week we did the heart meditation. So we're in the energy of Cancer doing that meditation. And I didn't do it because of that, but when I go back and I check things out, I always smile to myself because we're always divinely guided. We're always being led if we can just trust and have the faith. So Cancer rules the home. So we want to have a safe environment. It's very important that we feel safe in our homes. It's about family. So it could be about your immediate family, or it could be about relatives. It could mean about children. So it could be your children or families or friends' children, or it could mean your inner child, working on yourself as an inner child. Family, it's also very much about nurturing and the mother nurturing and caring and compassion. So as I just said, we're going through so much right now and there's so much tempers flared as we watch things, and not everybody is calm and peaceful. There's a lot of people being triggered. So just having this compassion and sending out unconditional love to the planet is so important. I said mother love. And so people who thinking about it, it's thinking about that mature, nurturing, caring for others. And yourself first. And that's what I want you to think about. This is a time we can heal and we can refresh. So this meditation today, we're going to be doing some releasing, and then we're going to be bringing in the energy of the new beginnings and refreshing. So a good thing for people to think about is reconnecting with your roots. So that's your family, your lineage. You know, if there's anything going on with that, then just let it come up, because it wants to. It wants to be healed at this time. Hydrating. It's a water planet. I've also talked a lot about we don't drink enough water. So a good rule of thumb is to take your weight. Say you're 150 pounds and you divide that by 2. So that would be 75. So it's 75 ounces of water a day. So it's about 9 glasses of water a day, if that's where you fall. And the thing to think about is, I'm not talking about any type of liquid. I'm talking about water, herbal teas, maybe juice. But think about adding water to the juice so it's not so sugary, because we don't need a lot of sugar in our diet. It causes inflammation, which suppresses our immune system. And we want our immunity to be strong at this time. So that's a really good rule of thumb. Things like eating more. The melons are out now. The summer fruits are out. They have water. Vegetables have water. Cucumber, melons, blueberries, raspberries, peaches. I saw peaches the other day. So these are all have water in them. So think about raising your intake of water. I want you to feel your feelings, even though sometimes they don't feel so great. A feeling comes from the body and it's letting you know something. So instead of just distracting or moving away for it, if you're able to just sit in the feeling and go, I'm okay, and I'm okay to let you come up now. And just breathe through it. If it gets too uncomfortable, you can step away from it. But often feelings just want to come up to be released. And when we think about, oh, why is this coming up now? That happened 10 years ago. I don't want to deal with that. It will just go back and sit there. Where if you can step into it, it can leave and then it's gone. The last thing I want to tell you about are to up your self-care practices. You should be anyway, but this is a really important time. So I'm just going to give you an idea of a few things you can do. Putting yourself first, which isn't so easy for many of us. We tend to look after everybody else. I'm a mom. My kids are raised now, but I still can go into that default pattern of, I've got to make it fix and help everybody else. And I'm constantly saying, no, they can handle that themselves. You focus on yourself. So putting yourself first. Creating healthy boundaries. So we all know with our body when something's okay and it's not okay. We know that. And instead of putting up with things that aren't okay, we need to learn to have courage to just set boundaries and speak our truth. And knowing that no is a complete sentence. We don't have to have an explanation for why we don't want to do something. I'm just going to share with you for an example. When people say, do you want to do this or do you want to do this to me? I'll go, oh yeah, that sounds great. And then when it comes to it, often I haven't thought about it enough. And sometimes I don't want to do it. So I've started saying to people, if I'm unsure at the moment, I'll say, let me just think about it and I'll get back to you in a couple of days about it. So it gives me a moment to sit calmly instead of just jumping up and saying, yeah, sure, I'll do it. No, take a step back and just think, I'm just going to sit for a moment and think about if I even want to do this. And it's okay. It's all okay. Trusting your instincts. You know, we have a gut instinct and we need to learn to trust our instincts. And that's our divine guidance coming through. So that's why meditation is so beautiful, because we start to quiet ourselves and we get into a calm, peaceful state. And that's when we start to expand out and be able to hear and listen and know what's going on with us. Pamper yourself. So that could mean whatever it means. It may be, I'm going to go have a beautiful Epsom salts bath with lavender essential oil. Or it might be, I'm going to make a beautiful dinner barbecue tonight because I want to have salmon. Or it could be, I'm going to watch a funny movie because I just need a good laugh. These are things that just feed us and make us feel better. So step into that. Another one is letting go of drama. I quite often like to listen to some channels. And one of the channels said one day is, you human beings love drama. And we do. We like drama. So I'm really stepping away from that. I still do watch the news, but not every day. I read maybe I used to go to the coffee shops and read the newspaper, but that's not option right now. So I'll just go on and read some of the news. I don't tend to watch the news too often. I find myself, it gets heavy and I can feel my vibration dropping. So this is just me. But trying to let go of situations that cause a lot of drama. And last but not least is to love ourselves. And that is all those things put in together and loving yourself. So that's just some things that they said that I'm reading about what to do is to just reconnecting with yourself. And it's time to heal and refresh. So when I was thinking about this and just doing some research and just sitting quietly and going, what are some emotions that are coming up for people that we could start to release? So I came up with 4 today, and those are the emotions that we're going to be first releasing. I'll just tell you what they are. Overwhelm, we're just overwhelmed. Exhaustion, anxiety, and the last one is loneliness, because we aren't connecting. So these are emotions that are coming up for people, and they're coming up for me, and I know they're coming up for others because I tapped in and asked what we should work on today. So when I do this, when we go there, we're just putting them in a bundle and we're releasing them. We don't have to know the reason. Some things may come up for you. That's fine. You can revisit this later, or you can just let it go and know it's done. So that's so beautiful. So I want you and then after that, we're going to just be bringing in some beautiful energy of new beginnings. Because when we let something go, we need to bring in beautiful energies to fill the space. So I'd like you, if your eyes aren't closed, please gently close your eyes and get comfortable. Let's just take a nice deep breath, feeling yourself supported in wherever you are, whether it be in a chair, a stool, on the ground, in your bed, in a wheelchair, wherever you are, just feel that support. And I want you to tap back into the body, because all those energies are still flowing through the body. So let's just tap into that for a moment. Feeling all those colors merging together with that beautiful golden light. It's flown into every organ of the body, into every tissue, into every cell. It's in all your muscles, your skin, all the body's systems. Feeling that beautiful golden light merging with all the other colors of your chakras together. Just knowing you are in peace, you are safe. And with our next breath, we're going to go into that beautiful garden that we know. And as you walk into the garden, you see that the flowers are all blooming. The roses, the jasmine, the lavender, the thyme, the honeysuckle. You can see the fruit trees. There's beautiful fruits, apricots and peaches, cherries. There's a beautiful fountain in the middle of the garden. And just listen to the soft, soothing sounds of the water. You look and see there's beautiful bees. They're busy pollinating the plants. The scent, all the scents are merging together, making this beautiful, beautiful blend of just peace and joy. It just warms your heart. Flowers are directly related to the heart. And as you're walking through this garden, on the ground, there's all this woolly thyme. It's like a carpet. And when you're walking on it, it's releasing a scent of thyme into the air. And as you move into the corner of your eye, you notice a door, and you start walking towards it. And as you come to the door, you reach into your pocket and pull out the key that opens that door. You open the door and walk through, and you close the door, lock it, and put the key back in your pocket, because this is your private, sacred space that we've created just for you. And as we walk out into that beautiful meadow, you see that the sun is shining onto you. It's warming your face and the front of your body. As you start to move through the beautiful field, the grasses are really tall now. But as you let your hand hang down, you're able to just let the grasses tickle your palm. There's some beautiful white fluffy clouds in the sky, but they're light and they're just moving through the sky. They're not blocking the sun at all. As you look forward, you see swallows. They're swooping down as you walk through, and they're collecting the insects that are rising up out of the field as you're walking. There's many, and they're dancing and diving and diving and diving and diving. And it makes you smile. Swallows are so sweet and beautiful. You see butterflies and rabbits. Rabbits are going through the fields. And you see a deer in the distance. And you decide to start following that deer. As you're walking, you come upon a large lake on the left-hand side. It's as smooth as glass, and the sun is shining on it, creating those beautiful diamonds that dance on the water. You stop and just take a nice deep breath. Just taking in all this beauty, all this serenity. And as you look up, you see the deer, and you continue to follow it up on the side of the lake. And in the distance, you see a bridge. It's an arched bridge, and you see this beautiful deer walking over the bridge. So you start to follow that, and you walk over the bridge. And now you're on the side of a nice flowing river on the left-hand side. and you decide to continue to move up, walking up the river. It's just flowing gently. It's soothing and nurturing you. And as you walk up the river, you come to this beautiful bench and you decide to sit down again. And in the opposite direction, you can see beings coming to you. So these are your guides. It may be angels. It can be loved ones present or ones that have passed. Animals. It may be yourself as a small child. Whatever you need for you this moment for yourself. And as they come upon you, you greet them with hugs and smiles and laughter. It's like a party, a celebration, a reconnection with loved ones, both here and afar. And I want you to see that there's pebbles on the ground, a pile of pebbles. And these pebbles have the energy of anxiety, overwhelm, loneliness, and exhaustion. And right now we're setting the intention that we are releasing these emotions because they're not serving us and we don't need them anymore. So I'm going to leave you for a moment and I just want you to focus on tossing these rocks into the river. Your loved ones can help you. They can do it also. And with each one, you're releasing the emotions of anxiety, loneliness, overwhelm, and exhaustion. So you're just going to toss those in and letting them go. Just bless these emotions for what they've been because you've learned from them, but you don't need them anymore. So with each release, just take a breath in and let it go through your mouth. I'm just going to leave you for a moment. With our next breath, we're going to envision Archangel Michael. He is a beautiful archangel and he helps us release the emotions. So I want you to let him help you release. So I want you to just go to a mirror with your eyes closed and see if you have any of these emotions that still are with you that you can release today. They may be emotions that are connected to loved ones. And we want to just cut the connections to those because they don't serve us. So just look at yourself and see yourself cutting these cords and letting go. You may ask your guides to help you and see if there's anything on the back of your body or in your field that needs to be released. And they can help you release that too. Beautiful. Tetraplegic El Shaddai. Tetraplegic El Shaddai. With our next breath, I want you to thank them for helping you. And we're going to just let go now for that. And know that you can come here anytime and release more. But the point is, we're letting go of situations, unresolved issues, emotions that don't serve us anymore. And they take up a lot of energy and they can make us tired. So we want to release them and let them go. So with our next breath, we're bringing in the energy of that beautiful golden light for new beginnings. And this is the fun part. So what do you want to bring into your life? What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? What do you like to do? What would you like more of? What did you love to do when you were a kid, young kid of 9? Think of that. What's that instrument that you've wanted to play but you haven't? What's that hobby that you've been thinking of doing but you haven't yet? I want you to bring these things in, and I want you to envision that you're holding a beautiful golden orb in your hands. And I want you to send in all your ideas of the new beginnings into this beautiful golden orb. Just infusing it. Just breathe. Breathe and just think about all the things that you want to do. Because they can happen. Thoughts or things. Think about all the things that bring you joy. And just keep infusing this golden orb with these ideas of your new beginnings, new things that you want to bring into your life, or things that are in your life that you want to make bigger. Just keep bringing them in and bringing them in. And with our next breath, we're going to just start to let this go like a balloon, and it starts to float up above us and starts to go up into the air, going higher and higher and higher, all the way up. You can still see it, but it's getting smaller and smaller. But as you keep looking at it, you know that it's going directly to source. So it's like you're putting in your list. It's your prayer of what you desire. And you know it is done now. Just feel into that. How peaceful you feel. How relaxed. This is your true nature. And know you can come here at any time. This is your space. With your next breath, you look around and see all your loved ones, present, past, angelic helpers, guides, ancestors, and you just enjoy being with them. You could go swimming in the river, you can go for a walk. There can be, maybe there's just a huge barbecue sitting there because this is your space. Anything can happen here. So have fun with it. So I'm just going to leave you for a minute just to spend time with all these important, beautiful beings that you love. And with your next breath, you're realizing that it's time to go. So I want you to give all these people, these beings of light and love that you love, big hugs and kisses, and let them know you can come to them at any time. This is your space. This is your place. You've created this. So with that, you wave to them as they wander up the trail and you start to wander back down. You must feel much lighter, somewhat childlike, maybe a little giggly, as you did when you were a wee one. All that playful energy. And as you're walking down, you notice the deer is ahead of you. And it's leading you back. It turns and crosses over the bridge and you follow. And as you're walking back through the field, you're feeling the sun on your back. It's just warming. It's a beautiful temperature and the wind is perfect. You've seen the swallows, they're all still there. Running your hands through the grasses. You will see the butterflies and the dragonflies, your rabbits hopping around, and whatever else you want to add to this picture. And in the distance, you can see the door, and you continue moving until you reach it. It's at that point you take the key out of your pocket and put it in the door and unlock it. And you take a look over your shoulder back at your beautiful, beautiful sacred space, knowing that you can come here at any time. You can decorate it however you want. It's yours. You want to thank everyone who supported you today to release and bring in new beauty. And with that, you open the door, take the key, enter into the garden, shut the door, lock the door, and put the key in your pocket, knowing it is always there. You move into the garden, The scent is still just as exquisite as it was. And you walk over. There's peaches and apricots. There's a blueberry bush. So maybe you decide to just pick some fruit and to sit on the bench in the center of the beautiful garden, listening to the water and just maybe contemplating what you've just done. Because it was big. Those are big things to let go of. And I want you to thank yourself, because it takes courage to step in to things that aren't so comfortable. It takes courage to show up. All is good. Life is peaceful. You're okay. You're happy. You're loved. And you're peaceful. And when you're ready, take a couple of breaths and just come back into this room, in the room. If you're able, wriggle your fingers, touch your body, and gently open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that. I want to just state that I do quite a bit of energy work with people, and we don't always have to go into the situation behind an emotion. So say the emotion of anxiety, we tend to start talking about what makes us anxious. And then as we're talking, we're starting to feel that anxiety, and then we can get really worked up, and then we're back in it, and it doesn't feel good. That's why I love energy work, because you can just clear feeling and emotions like that, and they're gone. We don't need to talk through everything all the time. That's just my opinion, but I see it over and over and over again. So when we went and released these things, they're gone. No, they're gone. It may be, you may have to go into another layer a bit deeper, but that outer layer, what we cleared, is done. So I hope you're feeling good. I feel good. I feel quite light and playful and happy. So I have a dog. I'm looking after a dog. So I'm going to now take him out for a walk. I'm going to take him to the beach, throw the stick and get him to swim. So I'm not sure what the rest of you are doing, but I hope it's as fun and playful as what I'm going to do, because I'm going to have a lot of laughs. So with that, I wanted to thank you. If there's anything you need, please reach out to me. My email is Robyn with a Y at circleoflifecenter.ca. I believe that's information's in the chat. And if there's some questions or concerns, please reach out to me. I'm always here for everybody. And with that, I wanted to thank you. Have a fabulous week and all the best to you. And know that at 1:32, we are exact in that Cancer new moon. So it's exciting. This is a powerful day. Just keeping that high vibration all day. Hold that, constantly be coming back into that. So with that, bless you, bless your families, and I'm thinking about you, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, and thank you.